OKC, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'll be honest here, this team, when I first saw the acquisitions in the summer, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony joining up with the MVP, Russel Westbrook, who made the playoffs by himself. Let's be honest. Him and Steven Adams, maybe, they were going up against the Houston Rockets. And I'll be honest with you, they led the Houston Rockets in every single game, and then they choked because, let's be honest here, Westbrook didn't have a lot of help. And when he went to the bench, it was a little bit tough. Even Victor Oladipo wasn't the same that he was this year. Victor Oladipo was having an amazing year. I might make a video on him in the future. But still, OKC has a big problem. Let's be honest here. And not just a problem, many, many problems. So I thought I would discuss the biggest problems this team has. And do they have, let's be honest here, when it comes to teams, them, maybe the Cavs, maybe the Rockets have the best chance to defeat the Golden State Warriors. I might add the Celtics and Raptors, but I want to see more of them in the playoffs. Let's be honest here, the OKC has a lot of potential. Like, they have so much potential, but like the record and the way they've been playing, like, it's not been really good. And I think there's definitely problems that if they fix, they could be unstoppable. Now, Carmelo Anthony and Paul George, both these players have had great playoff experience. Paul George went against LeBron James in the conference finals back-to-back years. Melo went to the conference finals against Kobe. So let's be honest here, they both had their final dream, like being in the finals, their dreams crushed by LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, two characters of which it's tough to go by them in the playoffs. It's tough to go by them. If you do, you celebrate your season. So I do want to say that I give them respect and I give them props for the feats they have. But still, let's be honest here, they're not superstar elite players as of now. And then there's Westbrook. Let's be honest here, Westbrook he shoots a lot. And yes, he's had clutch moments, but a lot of times it's because he has no conscience. When you have no conscience, you're going to keep on shooting. So you'll see some games where Westbrook's trying to win the game and he just takes like 5 shots in a row and all of them are bricking. And that's where the nickname Westbrook came out of nowhere. I do want to say this, he is a streaky shooter. He is a streaky shooter. When he's on, but still he's not an dead-eye shooter. And there's actually a stat where it showcases that the OKC have a better record when Westbrook actually shoots less threes. So that might be a telltale sign of one of their big problems or one of their minor problems that Westbrook might have to deal with as he gets older and matures. But one of the biggest problems, in my opinion, is their bench. Their bench is actually very, very garbage. And I'm not gonna hold my tongue. Okay, their bench is not garbage, but their bench definitely needs some work because, first of all, whenever they're leading the first quarter, they've led games by like 15 to 10 points in the first quarter, and then out of nowhere, they're losing the game. So I just want to say the first and third quarters they're doing well, but second and fourth is very, very much a struggle. I think the bench needs a scorer off the bench, and they have good defenders like Andre Robertson and Jeremy Grant, but still, I think a scorer like Lou Williams, Tyreek Evans, like Eric Gordon, you see those players off the bench are very, very effective. They need someone like that. I think someone that's very underrated that they should get, and nobody would even want him even, is Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross is a scorer, a bona fide scorer. If they had him off the bench, that would be very, very impressive. He can shoot threes, he can slash. He dropped 51 points in the game. I think that's one underrated one they should try to get. But if they want to go big, there's a lot of guys who are balling. Another thing that I noticed is if they don't actually get a score off the bench, they might have to move one of their stars to the bench. And Paul George is probably not going to go to the bench because, let's be honest here, Paul George is in his he's around his prime. I can't really say prime because his injury really did mess him up, but still, the Westbrook's in his prime, and then Melo is not in his prime, and Melo is changing his game in game. And we saw in the summer he laughed about going to the bench. Wouldn't it be amazing if Melo actually went to the bench to win a championship, coming off the bench, leading that unit? Like I said, from laughing to being successful and having that, how do I say this, perfect touch to his resume. Jason Kidd, end of his career, he got a championship ring, and that really helped his resume look better. I also want to say that Jason Terry led his bench in defeating LeBron James, beating LeBron James in the finals. LeBron James choked in that finals. I do want to say this. Melo would look good if he was facing maybe the Cavs, Celtics, or the Raptors, and he came off the bench, and he got his first championship ring, averaging 20 points. Andre Iguodala got a Finals MVP, I believe, off the bench. So I do want to say this, Melo, you've done so many amazing things when it comes to scoring the ball and being that guy. To come off the bench and being the leading guy off the bench and doing like I said, I don't need to say more. It's actually a smart decision, but like I said, it's going to be a tough one if he does want to do it.